beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Kim and I hope I find you well. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the things that I wish I knew before I came to study abroad. So studying abroad is something that is, fascinating before you actually venture into it. But depending on the country that you're going to, your experience might turn out to be different. So without wasting much time, let me hop straight into this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified every single time I post. The first thing that I'm going to be talking about is to be choosing your friends wisely. When we came here, especially, I'll be talking mostly about my case, so don't take this as if I'm generalizing. When it comes to choosing your friends wisely, when we came to India, it was a whole batch of maybe 100 students or more from my country. So we all became friends, you feel like you're a whole family, you can vibe together, you can do things together. But in the end, you end up realizing that friends that are not meant for you can end up derailing you from achieving what you want to achieve. So when it comes to choosing friends, I really feel like I wish I knew how to be my own person, not include myself in a group of people, not identify myself with other people, and get to find myself within the new environment, the things that I like, and not generalizing according to other people. And also the other thing about having friends is that friends that you have who influence the kind of experience that you're going to have in the new place, and therefore they'll shape the outcome of your experience. So that's the other thing that I wish I knew, because I've had friends that were not so good to me, and I ended up having experiences that would have derailed me completely from university. But yeah, the most important thing is being able to find yourself after and sticking to your plan. The next thing that we're going to be talking about that I wish I knew before coming to study abroad was about blending in. So when it comes to blending in, I wish I knew that I'm supposed to blend in with my classmates, blend in with the people I find here, but because I identified myself in a group already, and I felt no need to have new friends, no need to get to know the people around me better, I just decided to keep to that group and keep to myself. If I went to school, I came back home, simple as that. So that really influenced on how I got to enjoy my stay here, how I managed to interact with people in class, because considering that India is a non-English speaking country, so it became really difficult to interact, really difficult to communicate, because some lecturers are just there in class, they're giving the lecture in English medium, but sometimes they get to speak in their language, and because you haven't blended in and you haven't taken much consideration into learning their culture, learning their languages, you seem to get lost a lot more than if you decided to blend in. So I feel like that's a very important aspect that I should have gotten to know. That is very important, to blend in with the people that you're going to meet, learn about them, learn about how they handle their things, learn about their language, their culture, etc. That will do you a lot more good than just keeping to yourself and to your group. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is how to deal with racism, depression, and uncertainty. So when you come to India, for me, when I came to India, I thought, since I'm coming from Harare and I went to a primary school that was dominated by Indians, I felt like it was going to be the same experience, things are going to be fine, something like that. But that turned out to be completely different. So you come to a place, especially at the stage where they don't know Africans. I think we're the second batch of Africans that really came to this place, so they weren't really knowledgeable about foreigners, about Africans. Yeah, so when they see you, they shun you. Look at that black man. When you try to look for accommodation, you find a place to stay, then they say no Africans, no, black men, no. So it becomes really difficult when you're not prepared for it, because you see yourself, you're coming from a place where Indians are living well, and you come here and they're like, no, we're not dealing with you. So yeah, if you're having that kind of situation and you're not prepared for it, you tend to get depressed. You try to avoid going outside, you try to avoid doing a lot of things, but not understanding that it's going to be your everyday life for a very long time now. So I wish I was more prepared to deal with racism, depression, and being in a new place. You are uncertain about a lot of things. Nothing seems to go the way you plan it to go. Nothing seems to go the way you want it to go. And you know, you're not even certain whether you're going to be graduating because of all the challenges that you're facing. So I wish that someone really sat me down to explain all these things to me, because I really had to find out the hard way. The next thing that I'm going to be touching on is when you're coming. I wish I knew not to bring so much clothes. When I came with a whole luggage of clothes and of course food. But I wish I knew that if I'm going to be studying abroad, I'd rather carry a lot more food, a lot more home food than clothes, because I always manage to get clothes here. But when it comes to food, you're in a new place and you're adjusting to your new environment. So sometimes you won't find some food really nice, you won't find some food appealing, and you need something to fall back on. Of course, we get to try the food that is here so that you adjust for the long run, but the first few days are not the easiest. So you need that extra food from home to fall back on in case you don't like masala. You know, of course I tried, but yeah, I'm going to eat my food from home if I fail to. And you try until you manage to. Then the next thing that I'm going to touch on is homesickness. When we get here, or when you get abroad, the first few weeks they're exciting. You're learning new things, you're seeing new things, you're spending all the money your parents gave you. Definitely. You're going places, but then there'll come a point in time whereby you start becoming homesick. You know, at home, you have traditions that you're used to following. You have birthdays, you get together. Then they're telling you, oh, today we're getting together for mom's birthday, and you're not there. Today we're getting together for your brother's birthday, and you're not there. You tend to be so homesick. And usually there's nothing you can do about it. So I wish I knew that it's okay to be homesick, because I used to cry a lot when I got homesick, and that didn't help matters at all. It actually made things worse. So I wish I knew that it's okay to be homesick, it's okay to miss home, and I wish I knew ways to deal with it. I wish I knew how to take care of myself in case I got homesick, how to prepare for everything. And yeah, the next thing that I'm going to be touching on is saving money. If you're going to be living abroad, you need to know how to save money, because unlike back at home where you have someone to fall on, if you need something you can easily ask for assistance. Here you've become independent. You need to take care of your bills, your transport, your food. You need to take care of each and everything. And as a student, of course, we come here on a budget. You have a specific amount of money that you're receiving from home per month. So having to waste money and not being able to save money won't be a very good experience to you, because there are some bills that will come unexpectedly. Something might just go wrong, you understand? And unlike home where you can have medical assurance, here you can just not have anything. You're just living and waiting for you to finish so that you go back home. So maybe you fall sick, you need money. Maybe one bill will come out of nowhere, gas will finish, Wi-Fi will expire. You need to have something to fall back on so that you can keep your life going. Yeah. Then the other thing that I'd really like to touch on is the lifestyle that is here. I wish before I came to study abroad, I knew the lifestyle that the people are living in the area that I'm going to be staying in. Because sometimes we're coming from places and the lifestyle in your place is not matching your personality, and it becomes a really big problem. Because for example, Africa is a very free place. You can do, a girl child can do anything they want, right? Of course, there's a few ethics, a few traditional rules that we're following, but it's not as uptight as here. So being here and staying in the most religious state in India, then you end up realizing that you're not as free to do what you want. You're not as free to continue with your lifestyle at home as you were when you're in your country. You have a lot of restrictions. So I feel like before I found a place for university, I got admission, I wish I knew the kind of lifestyle these people are living, the Indians are living, their everyday life. Of course, it's very good to get to know their tradition, get to explore, but it can be a little bit extreme, especially if you're not used to the extremities. If you're not used to having to change yourself a lot, it becomes a lot more difficult. The next thing that I wish I knew about before I came to study abroad was for myself to stop comparing. When I got here, I remember I'd compare everything to home. I'd compare the taste of food to home. I'd compare the taste of water to home, which was so not good. I later realized, because you're only putting pressure on yourself. You put so much pressure. You want things to be the same, but you're in a different place already. So I feel like I wish I knew that I was going to have to adjust to become a whole versatile person, so that I can survive in the place that I have come to, so that I can, have a better experience of the place that I'm in. The next thing that I'd really want to talk about is the stigma in the home country when you return. When you go back to your country, it's not going to be the same, especially when you've been away from home for a very long time. I remember at one time I went to Zimbabwe and I was looking for internship. They are fascinated by the fact that you're learning pharmacy from a very good country, India, but it looks like they're not really interested in giving you the internship. You get it? That's how you know, since you're coming from abroad, we might not be able to afford to pay you, so we can't give you the internship, which is going to be a lot more difficult than you actually expect it to be. And also, your friends have changed. When you go back home, you try to interact with your friends and it's not the same anymore. People have been living their lives when you were not there, and you can't just fit in anymore. Except for the few people that they are your real friends, they'll accept you, then things like that. Then the other thing that I want to talk about is degree, credits, living conditions, and the weather. I wish especially I knew about the weather before I came to study abroad, because India is a very hot country. The weather can go up to 42 degrees in the summers. The winters will just drop to 9 degrees in the winters. So imagine those extremities. In summer, 1 month you're in 42, the next month you're 9 degrees. You're very prone to sicknesses, to flu. I wish I was prepared for that before I came here. And the living conditions too, like I mentioned, the people are not, Indians are not really fussy about how they live. The places are dirty. India is not the cleanest country you might come across. The men outside, they are spitting, they chew tobacco and they are spitting everywhere. So if you're not used to that kind of situation and you're not ready, you don't know about it, you might find it really bad. And the degree credits also, I can't say for a lot of other programs, but I would say for pharmacy, I don't think it's much of a problem, because the pharmacopoeias in the world are just, you can count them, and if you need to settle somewhere, you can just write your exams and you'll be fine. Otherwise, yeah, that's generally it. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who gave me ideas about this video. I did a Q&A on my Instagram. I did a poll and some people were very interactive, so I'd really like to say thank you for that. And I hope you like this video. I hope you find this video informative. So guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please comment, like, and share my video, and I'll see you back with another neat video. Thank you guys. Love. Bye.